What's up, you guys? How y'all doing? So, UH versus CSUN at home, Cal State Northridge, and unfortunately, that did not go well at all. But before I get to that, guys, just remember, subscribe if you think that I'm worth listening to, or if you just want to see some more of my games. And in the meantime, I will get this recap out of the way, and the next time that UH will play will be on Saturday against Cal State Bakersfield, and that's rumored to be a pretty tough matchup too. And I'm going to get to that in a little bit. But first of all, subscribe. Let's get into this. Oh! Okay, so here comes my banner. UH basketball falls to CSUN badly. And where was their commitment? I put this in because that particular game just left me sick to my stomach. As you can see on this graphic here, the final score was 83-60. And you'd think that the University of Hawaii would be on the winning side of this game, but no. They were just whooped. And I was listening to the post-game show on ESPN Honolulu, and Coach Keonte described that loss as a bloodbath. And I couldn't agree more, which leads me to put this in my banner. Where was their commitment? The University of Hawaii had virtually nothing going on. They jumped out to an early lead and then fell victim to a 19-4 run from CSUN, and that was it. That was your game, okay? CSUN ballooned its lead to 20 at one point. UH cut it down to 12 thanks to this Gitas Nemiksha two-hand jam. But unfortunately, they went back to playing really passive, no passion, no creativity, no commitment, no movement, no nothing. And I hate to look down on the team like this, but this is what I saw and what everybody saw. CSUN scored whenever they wanted, however they wanted, whether it was from in the paint or from three-point range. And in the second half, UH was 1 for 8 or 1 for 9, somewhere around there. And the only guy who made a three there was Harry Ruliadev.
They just boom.
Yes! And I'll tell you this. Tom Beattie had 9 points after the first half, including a triple. He didn't even score in the second half. The only guy who broke double digits was Aaron Hunkin-Claytor, and he had only 10. Okay? And when you have a game like that, where you just pass the ball around, take the shot clock down to 3 seconds, put up a prayer, miss the shot, and then don't fight for the rebound, this is what happens. I hate to say this to them, but I really was so frustrated. Did UH leave their commitment game on the mainland? Or did they just come in completely quiet? Or did they just come in thinking they were going to win this one for sure? I don't know. I looked in the recap on the Star Advertiser, and Ryan Rappa told them that they had underestimated CSUN a bit. And I could tell that. I agree with them. I agree with them too. Because they would not take the ball inside, and they were just double teaming or triple teaming whoever had the ball for Hawaii. And more often than not, the University of Hawaii would keep waiting for the ball to come off the rim, and CSUN just kept going for rebounds. They had 14 offensive rebounds, and they out-rebounded UH by 15, 40-25. You see what happens when all you do is just play passive and when all you do is pass the ball around, take the shot clock down to 3 seconds, and miss your shots? This is what happens. And I am very disappointed in this team with how they played. which leads me to give them a C- grade for this. I could have been a dick and be a D+ and give them a D+, but I'm not that kind of guy. They tried, but they just did not put in enough commitment. I mean, really. They were playing like they had no idea what to do. And I hate to say this, but the only guy who wasn't intimidated by CSUN's defense was Osohan Obasohan. And I'm glad to see him get this kind of opportunity like how Aaron Hunkin-Claytor has been getting this season. Because Obasohan had 5 points. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but like I said earlier, Osohan Obasohan was the only guy who was likely not intimidated by CSUN's defense, with Aaron Hunkin-Claytor a close second. Who would I put for third? Probably Gitas Nemiksha. Okay? But I'll tell you this. Going up against Cal State Bakersfield, that's going to be another tough one. They got a guy on there, Keonte Jones, who poured in 45 points in the last game. And I think that was probably over CSUN. And I don't know if UH is going to come out the winners over Bakersfield. But then again, you never know. Is Keonte Jones going to pour in another 45 points on the University of Hawaii? You certainly hope not, which means that you got to come in with commitment and just bring your anger. Just take it out on Cal State Bakersfield. Really. I really hope that UH does not put in a game like that again. Because really, I hate to look down on them like this, because I got nothing but respect for them, and I hope they take this as a little bit of tough love. Okay? I've been coming to these games for almost 30 years, and I've never seen that kind of lack of effort in a long time, especially on home court, and especially against a team that you've only lost to one time since 2021. Well, 2 times if you want to count the 21 season, because they split the games there at CSUN that season. That was the COVID season. So I can tell you this. There was not much to talk about, and it seemed like UH was just constantly waiting for fouls to be called. You have to show your commitment and show that you're not afraid, because show you're not afraid and that you got just as much backbone as the next person on the roster. So really, if UH keeps laying eggs like this, this is what's going to bring the haters out of their shells and just call for Gunnar to resign or whatnot. And I'll tell you this, am I one of those people? Hell no. Absolutely not. Gunnar knows what he's doing, okay? And this was not a case of that this was not UH's night, because they wouldn't commit to going into the paint. And I'll tell you this, the way that CSUN had their defense, they had that in-your-face kind of defense, which led to UH being as hesitant as they were. And this is one time where I really dislike watching college basketball. That kind of defense from CSUN should be banned. I'm not going to lie to you. That kind of defense should be banned in basketball. And the refs just let them get away with it, making them just as guilty. Okay? So really, I don't see this happening, but I really believe but I really hope that the NCAA takes a look into that kind of defense and outright bans it. Because like I said, it makes the game no fun, and that is because I feel that kind of defense should be banned, because it makes the game no fun, and especially if it's on home court. And that's the kind of thing that can maybe bring out some other viewers who might call out their defense as dirty. Okay? And CSUN out-hustled UH, give them credit. But the fact that UH just had literally zero commitment, zero passion, no nothing, this is what happens when you put in performances like that. Okay? So obviously I was very angry after that game. I wanted to let it blow over. before I did this video and not just completely put the team down, because I got nothing but respect for this team. And believe me, if there's one thing I'm never going to do, I'm never going to give up on them, because it's still pretty early in conference play. UH is now 3-3. They were tied for third at one point, and now they're down to a tie for sixth. But there's still 14 more games to go, which means only 7 more games at home. And to be honest, I hope that's the last time that I see a performance like that from the team. I know that they can play better than that. And that just led me to wonder, what changed? When did they get so gun shy? Because that's what happened. They were too gun shy. They wouldn't go for rebounds. They wouldn't go for 50-50 balls. And they would not take the ball inside because they were too hesitant to penetrate against CSUN's defense. And 4 guys for CSUN cracked double digits. They were led by Scotty Washington's 24. And quite frankly, that was a game that I know UH should have won, especially when they've had some good luck against CSUN as of late. Are they going to win against Bakersfield? I sure as hell hope so. But they need to come in with a lot more anger and a lot more commitment and a lot more purpose, because I saw none of that, both offensively and defensively. And you can't afford to do that, especially during conference play. But still, it's only one game. There's 14 more to go, and there's still time to turn things around. I would like to see them go on a good win streak of 5 or 6 in a row and put the conference on notice that, hey, we're not intimidated by anything anymore. And that's what UH really needs to do. So, anyway, guys, before I go, I also want to give a shout out to Osohan Obasohan for those 5 points. To me, he was like the player of the game. And I really hope that Gunnar took notice of that. And not only does he give Aaron Hunkin-Claytor a start job somewhere down the line, but I do hope that Osohan Obasohan is also welcomed into the rotation instead of being putting in for garbage time. Because that looked like a coming out party had Gunnar put Obasohan in sooner. Not going to lie to you. That kid could be the key that UH needs to come away with the win over Bakersfield and maybe start another win streak. Okay? I mean, I look at motocross, and when Ricky Carmichael went on his win streaks, he didn't take any race lightly. He still put in the work, and as a result, he had probably the longest win streak of all, with 27 wins, including back-to-back perfect seasons in motocross. But, of course, that is a different sport. University of Hawaii can do just that if they just put in the work and not act so gun-shy. Don't act too patient. Just commit to the basket, okay? Because when you don't commit to the basket and you just keep passing the ball around, this is what happens. You got only one guy who cracks double digits, and everybody else has lackluster games. And you end up losing by as much as you did. Okay? But still, there's plenty of time. Just forget about it, and we'll move on. Okay? I'm never going to give up on this team, and you're never going to see me give up on this team at all. Because I got nothing but respect for this team. I believe in them just as much as they do, and I know they don't like it any more than I do. They don't like that loss any more than I do, I should say. But take my word on this. I really hope that this does not happen again, and I don't think it will happen again. I don't know how many times UH has been on the wrong end of a lopsided game, and I just hope that doesn't happen again back to back. Okay? So, on a good note, Osohan Obasohan showed what he's capable of, even though it was only 5 points. But he was not intimidated at all, and the fact that he had 2 drive-in layups and made a free throw, That's the kind of commitment this team really needed. So if they can come in with that kind of fire and not act so gun-shy or hesitant, they got a fighting chance to turn back Cal State Bakersfield again. So anyway, guys, that's all for today. And remember, subscribe. We'll see you all after that recap for Cal State Bakersfield. Well, I'm Apono, folks.